guys, it's ShishKebabber1 coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video. Today's video, guys, I've got some juicy information for you about our new friend, our new troop, the Bombardier. That's right, we've got some data mined info from our good buddy Fairs. Warship Season 2 is over, as you know. I'll do a little wrap-up data collection. I just haven't finished compiling all of it yet, so we'll save that for another video. Let's jump right into why you're here. We've got the juicy data, thanks to Fairs. You guys know Fairs. He's the reason we get the tribes early and all that good stuff. Well, we got a new update today. With that new update came a new bug where replays weren't working, but they fixed that already. But with the new update came some new data, and Fairs got his data pickaxe out and started going at it, and here's what he found, guys. So this table comes from data that's used in building the tech tree for Season 3. Now, we don't know where the nodes are or anything like that. That information's not in the data mining, but we do know the information that the nodes use to populate from. That's from this table, from this list, okay? Now, just because we see other prototypes in here does not mean we're going to get them, okay? We saw these prototypes actually in the last list. You see here we have mortar tank, critter mortar tank, laser tank, and then bombardier. Okay, mortar tank is at the top is obviously a rainmaker. Critter mortar tank is your critter cannon. Laser tank is of course your lasertron, and then bombardier is bombardier. These are just the internal names they use to reference them inside the game files. So that being said, let's look into it. This is the first look at his stats. Okay. Well, as we see, his type is a proto. Just like we kind of anticipated, he is being considered as a proto troop. The key there, the little tip was when we were told that he was going to take GBE to deploy. Remember, they told us it takes 2 GBE per unit to deploy. Well, now, guys, look at this. Now we see the housing space. See this column D right here is the housing space column. You got 14 for your laser tanks, or sorry, 14 for all your crazy tanks, laser tanks, mortar tanks, critter mortar tanks, whatever you want to call them. They were all 14, but here's the big one. For our guy, the Bombardier, he's 8. He's 8. That means we can fit 3 in the landing craft, guys and gals. So that means it'll cost 6 GBE to deploy. It's not that bad at all. The next two columns, E and F, I don't really know what they mean. Upgrade town hall, upgrade house level. I don't think that's really relevant to us. Speed, though, the speed column right here, column G. Okay, this, I'm not exactly sure how to read it, but here's the data. Okay, I think, first of all, I think they measure tiles in sets of 100. So when we see, like, where for mortar tank it says 150, I think it's talking about 150 tiles, and I'm sorry, 150 pixels, which is 1.5 tiles, I guess, and that would correspond to maybe 1.5 tiles a second. I don't know, okay, I really don't know. But let's just look at the relative values, okay? We see rainmakers, which we know are slow, move at 150. Then we see critter cannons moving at 210. We see lasertrons moving at 180. And then we see our good friend the Bombardier moving at 200. So this tells us he moves faster than a lasertron, but not quite as fast as a critter cannon. That's still pretty quick. So I'm impressed. For an old man, he gets around. So, okay, that's his speed. Now, I don't know what this rates compared to the other troops like Zukas and all that. I don't have that information in front of me. Stormo's on. Let's see. Anyway, big shout out to Stormo. It's a good Russian YouTuber if you guys don't know him. So let's move over a little bit now. Hit points. Okay, this is where it starts to get a little juicy. So with hit points, now remember this is all done per rank. Okay, this is rank 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll just talk about max stats here. So at rank 5, which is your max stat, he's got 500 hit points. That's pretty light. That's pretty light indeed. We can compare that to other troops, but I'll leave that up to you. But that is the max hit points is 500, so he will die pretty easily. Training time, again, not quite sure how this is measured. You can just do it all relative to these other values. All these other guys were at 1440, and he's at 900. But he also is smaller, so you can fit 3 of him in a landing craft. You can only fit 1 of the others. So to fill a whole landing craft, it might take longer to fill him than it would for the other proto troops. Training cost, it looks to be all commensurate, all about the same with everything else down in this column. Really nothing to speak of there. It's all the same as other proto troops. Attack range. This is interesting. Again, remember guys, I think every set of 100 is where we get 1 tile, I think. So the attack range is being listed as 1700 for our Rainmakers, 1450 for the critter cannons, 1250 for the lasertrons, and now 1200 right down here for the grenadier, the bombardier. That's pretty stinking far, guys. I believe that says it's 12 tiles, so he's gonna outrange a lot of stuff. So that's great, as we expected, because he doesn't have a lot of health. Now the attack rate, ladies and gentlemen, this one I'm not exactly sure what to make of it right here. Whoops, can't even underline the stupid thing. Attack rate. My pointer's just off today, guys. Attack rate. There we go. I don't know what to make of all of this. You can see the numbers here. We've got 200 for the, what was that? The Rainmaker, 340 for the critter cannon, 64 for the lasertron, and now 2200 for the old man, for the bombardier. For Gramps. I'm calling him Gramps. I don't know what that means. Maybe you guys have some insight in the comments as to what those different attack rates mean, but what it's measured in. Obviously, it's a big number, but does it mean it goes faster? Does it go slower? I don't really know. The damage readings. Okay, guys, here we go. The juicy stuff, right? Just get right into him. Well, you can see down here at his max rank, his max damage is 1800. I guess that's per bomb. How many bombs he throws in a given time frame, I'm not exactly sure. But you can see it's right there. And, you know, look at the values of the other ones. You've got on the Rainmakers, you've got 2,000. Critter cannons, of course, have nothing because they throw critters, and the critters themselves do damage. Lasertron is at 3,000. And then here we're down at 1,800. Don't know what that means, guys. But it's a pretty good amount, I would say. And especially if you get 3 of these guys on a landing craft. Because remember, the other proto-troops are just 1. So I think it's safe to say he's going to do a lot more damage than the other proto-troops just by default. Now, when you look in the next column that we see here, it's called attack spread. Remember, they told us he's highly accurate, so this makes sense. We see a value of 0. The other guys, like the Rainmaker, has an attack spread of 100. And then the critter cannon had an attack spread of 140. All right, so, and I guess it didn't even apply for the lasertron, but there's no spreading. His attack is always on target. And now the damage radius, guys. Let's move this over a little bit. Oh, we're at the end. Okay, the damage radius here in column O, you can see it's commensurate with all other protos at 100. So I guess it's 1 tile. So you got 1 tile of splash on either side of where that thing hits. And yeah, here we go. Just as announced, we've got the energy column right here in column P, and they tell us it's 2 energy, presumably per troop. And you know, we'll find out later, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be per troop because all these others are on a per troop basis. I mean, you could argue it's on a per boat basis because you can only get 1 troop per boat, but I'm pretty sure it's on a per troop basis, meaning that'll put us at 6 GBE to deploy. And that's basically it, guys. So there you go. There are the leaked stats, not only leaked, the data mined stats that I've got for the Bombardier. Hope you appreciate it. And that's it. So we're going to wrap it up right there. Remember, I hope you have a super fantastic, awesome rest of your day. Like always, be kind to others, because if you're not, you're just being mean, and mean people suck. Have a great day.